Connor. If you are so fortunate as to get a point tomorrow night, you will have reached 500 points in exactly the same amount of games as Sidney Crosby to the game. That's kind of some cool symmetry. Did you, you followed Sidney sort of as a star in the game and all that. What's your, what do you think of that? Getting 500 exactly the same time. How weird is that for you?
Yeah, it's a little different. I think that's pretty cool. I mean, obviously a guy that I kind of grew up watching, and he's got he's done a couple other things that I'm trying to do. So with all of his cups and all that stuff. So obviously that stuff's more important. But yeah, funny little if it happens, I guess great. If not, whatever.
We used to ask you how much you sort of emulated him, or if you really watched his game. I don't think you're a more veteran player. You got your own game here. I get it. Are there still some things in Connor's? You want to emulate his success. Are there still something in Sidney's games that you would emulate, that you would learn
from? Yeah, I mean he's been so successful in this league and done everything I want to do. I mean he's a great guy to kind of follow. I think he's kind of done everything he set his mind to. He wanted to get better on faceoffs, and he'd done that, and he wanted to score more goals, and he did that. So I think there's definitely lots of lessons from his game, because his game has kind of changed over the years, and he kind of does whatever he can to be successful. So and he's solid defensively, and yeah.
Ryan Rashog, TSN. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, sorry. Connor, just wanted to ask you, you've played on a number of different lines over the years. Right now, you've got Nugent Hopkins on one side and Puljujarvi on the other. Can you maybe just discuss the way that line is working, and maybe just your thoughts on how it compares to some of the other different looks that you've had, and maybe what's unique about it?
Yeah, I mean, I've had just about every line combination you could imagine. So it's nice to find a little bit of stability here with Nuge, and and obviously Jess is playing well. So I think we're playing all right. We need to find a way to score maybe a little bit more. I think we're generating lots of chances, which is good, and some zone time. But those need to result into goals.
Sorry, this is just a minor thing from practice, but it almost looked like Tiff came over to you and said, get out of here. Like he almost looked like he booted you off the ice. Is it just a rest management thing, and that dialogue that continues between a coach and his most used players?
Yeah, I think we had a couple guys off the ice, and he kicked myself, Nuge, and Nursey off the ice, and just rest. I think they maybe did a little bit of a battle drill afterwards, so he just wanted to give us a little extra rest, which is always nice.
Jason Gregor, TSN 1260.
Connor, you mentioned you want to see your line finish more. Like historically in your career, you've been very productive with 5-on-5, and then this year, like the amount of chances and high quality chances that when you're on the ice are even higher than normal, and for some odd reason the scoring's down. Do you ever sense, even though you've still got like a ridiculous amount of points, like do you kind of sense that maybe Nugent Hopkins' goal last night is kind of the thing that breaks the dam, that you guys maybe just needed one to go in?
Yeah, you certainly hope so. We've had lots of chances. I think Jess, even in the first 10 minutes of the game last night, could have had a bunch himself. So, like I said, we're doing some good things. You'd like to see it generate into more goals, but that's the way it goes sometimes. It's a streaky league that way.
You guys as a team have gotten really balanced scoring lately, from defensemen especially, everybody through the lineup. Goals against is the one area that obviously you want to limit more. I think it's been 8 times this year you've allowed 2 goals in under 2 minutes. It happened again last night. Is that a focus thing? How can you guys eliminate that? Because that seems to be maybe your only thing holding you back from going on an even better run than 6-2.
Yeah, I mean, the swings of the game are something that we have to control. I think giving up 2 goals in less than 2 minutes is always a huge swing in the wrong way for us. So, that next shift after giving up a goal is so important, and finding our rhythm again and getting back on track. I thought we did a good job of that. Unfortunately, after it got to 4-1, but I thought we did a really good job of battling back in the game. We almost just willed our way back into the game, which I liked a lot, and unfortunately gave it away at the end. But to get back in the game was a real positive.
Tony Brar, Oilers TV.
Connor, it was a career night for Evan Bouchard last night. First multi-point game in the NHL. Had 8 shots towards the net. But when you look back at his reaction to his first NHL goal a couple of years ago, he didn't even celebrate. He always has that sense of composure about him. How much has that composure helped you guys as a team?
Yeah, he's a great player. D-men are weird. I mean, sometimes they jump in and they're great right away, and sometimes they take a little bit of time. And Bush has paid his dues. Played in the minors, went over to Europe, and now he's getting his look, and he's taking advantage. I think he looks really good. His passing is unbelievable. I mean, the way he shoots the puck obviously is speaks for itself. And like you said, he's a pretty even-keeled kid, and seems to take everything in stride. So. He's definitely been a real bonus for us.
Not to put you on the spot, do you think he would give Darnell Nurse a run for his money for hardest shot on the team?
Yeah, I mean he shoots it really good, but so does Nursey, and Nursey's leading the league and D-men scoring. So I think those are some pretty big shoes to fill for Bush, but we'll see.
Final question, Jim Matheson, Post Media.
Connor, it seems when you play the Winnipeg Jets, the games are high scoring. Are there some teams in a matchup that it's tough to play a 2-1 game? I mean, they've got so many high-skilled players as you do, and sometimes it just becomes, if not run and gun, it just becomes lots of chances, and the teams have lots of players to put away those chances.
Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, every time we play them, it's a good game. It's always entertaining. Like you said, high scoring. I think we'd like to keep it down. I think they'd like to keep it down too, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't happen that way. I think it speaks to the skill level on both sides. And like you said, maybe it's just the way we match up against each other. I'm not sure, but hopefully tomorrow night can be a little bit lower scoring for on our end, and we can limit their chances.